back, everybody, to Old Wood Outdoors. It's raining again, just like it has for the past 3 weeks. Again, no fishing today. Today is July 10, 2021 on Sunday. So it's a good day to do some other things. I've been wanting to make a video on how to make a po' boy sandwich out of canned deer meat. And this canned deer meat is excellent. If you haven't done this before, next deer season, you really ought to think about it, because it is some of the finest way, one of the finest ways to eat deer meat. I usually chunk up a couple of 3 hindquarters and can it, pressure can it. And I will make a video this fall after I get my first deer, and we'll show you how to do the canning process. But just in general, you put a slice of onion, a strip of green pepper. I put a bouillon cube in it, a beef bouillon cube, a clove of garlic, and just about a ½ teaspoonful of salt. And then pressure can this for pints. You can go, I believe it's 75 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. If you're doing quarts, which I always do pints, because it equates out to you know, about 1 meal. But if you're doing quarts, I think you have to go 90 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. But check it online to make sure. I'm just that's sort of from memory, but I always check it myself again to make sure that I'm doing the right pressure and so forth, length of time for pressure canning. But it turns out great. It's one of the best things that I can make with deer meat. I usually do most of, like I said, most of the deer meat that I get, besides the tenderloins and the backstrap, I will use for canned deer meat, because it's so versatile. You can use it in to make sandwiches, like I'm going to today, to make this New Orleans style po' boy sandwich. You can use it in chili, you can use it in stew, you can just have it over rice, you can make some potatoes and so forth. And so really a really fantastic product you can make out of your deer. I'm going to heat this up a little bit. Here's what it looks after it comes out of the can. And the only reason I'm going to heat it up a little bit, because it's fully cooked already, is to break up some of the chunks and so forth, so it's easier to eat on the sandwich. Otherwise, you could just, you know, if you're making it over rice or whatever, you might want to leave it fully chunked. But anyway, that's how it looks. It's really good. So the other things that I'll be using today is a loaf. I'm not going to use a whole loaf for me. I'm here by myself today. But French baguette, sourdough baguette. I like that type of bread. You need some provolone cheese. I like to put jalapenos on mine, and so we'll be using some jalapenos. You can, that's optional, of course. Mayo is, for me, it's essential on this type of sandwich. A true po' boy calls for slices of tomatoes and some lettuce on it as well. I'm probably not going to do that today. I'm going to make mine with just the meat, mayo, jalapenos, and provolone. So I'm going to set these over here to the side, but I just want to mention that if you look at traditional po' boy sandwich recipes, it'll call for lettuce and tomato. So, at any rate, let me stop the camera for right now and get this meat heated up and broken down a little bit with a fork, and we'll go from there. All right, so the meat is warmed up, and you can see I've got it broken down to about pulled pork barbecue type consistency, and that's going to go great on my sandwich. So first thing I do to make this sandwich is, of course, cut me off a chunk of this bread, and I guess about an 8-inch piece is will be good for me today. So we'll lay this to the side. Then I just take and split it down the side, and using a serrated knife I found works best on bread. And so I don't really want to cut it all the way through, because I just want to open this bread up and then load my sandwich materials into it. First thing is some mayonnaise. Duke's mayonnaise is what I like, and so I like plenty of it on it. So we'll just slather the inside of that piece of French bread with mayonnaise. Get it good and coated in there. Okay. So the next thing is to load my canned deer meat into the sandwich, and I like to be pretty generous with that as well. This stuff is so good. It's already seasoned, so you don't even have to season it. It's ready to go. So put me a good heaping amount in there. That's looking pretty good. So the next thing I'll do is load some jalapenos in there. I like spicy food. I like it fairly hot. So and jalapenos have a really great flavor to them. So I'm just gonna load several of those into this sandwich. Because that's the way I like it. I'm sure y'all think that's probably jalapeno overkill, and maybe it is, but I enjoy my jalapenos. The next thing is to put some provolone cheese, and then we're going to put this on a baking dish. If I can get this cheese open. I know looks like it's been opened before. The way these guys are doing this these days with the Ziplocs built into the packs is pretty convenient for sealing it back up, but sometimes it's hard to get into. So I'm going to use 2 slices of provolone on this size sandwich. And from there, we're going to stick it on a baking sheet and pop it in the oven underneath the broiler and let it go for about 3 minutes. Okay, folks, so here you have the finished product. This is looking good. I'm anxious to tear into this, along with a big glass of red top milk, hard to beat. So if you haven't tried canning deer meat, it's something you really ought to do, because it comes in handy all year round. It's ready to go, doesn't take very long. Took me, if I wasn't filming, it would have took me, 5 minutes to make this sandwich. But so it's really quick, really handy, works in a lot of different things. I'm going to make a video this fall on canning deer meat, and so y'all hang with me. And as always, keep it between the ditches, because we can't do without you. Hooty hoo.